make sure you don't make those activities unattractive. And with that, I'll open it for questions. Did I shorten it quick enough? It's like putting your television set inside your microwave. You can watch 60 minutes in 30 seconds. Come on, let's have some questions. And just, I'm not going to spend any time on this with you here, but if you tax people who work, and you pay people who don't work, do I need to say the next sentence to you? Don't be surprised if you find a lot of people not working. If you tax rich people and give the money to poor people, you're going to get lots and lots of poor people and no rich people. People, you know, if you move the cheese, you move the mice. If you move the mice and don't move the cheese, then mice go back to the cheese. It's all incentives. That's what it is. And the last one I'll touch on with you here is, have you ever heard of a poor person spending himself or herself in prosperity and wealth? It doesn't happen, guys. And all of this economics is exactly that. It's what you know. Can I have a little fun with you? There are three things I'm going to talk about at lunch today. I'm just going to do one sentence on each one and then fire away. But I got to tell you, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee 6.5 years ago from California. All right? Can any of you guess why I would do that? There's no income tax. Oh, country music is a good reason. That's not the reason. There's no income tax in Tennessee. No state income tax. Did I mention there's no state income tax in Tennessee? There's a very high one in California. Now, this is the first part of my talk today, is if you have two locations, A and B, if you raise tax rates in B and you lower them in A, producers and manufacturers are going to move from to this isn't way over your head, is it? Have any of you seen what's happened to Michigan and Detroit over the last 65 years? That is what you've done. You put in a progressive income tax in 1967, and you put on very anti-business policies, and Michigan has gone from a little over 5% of the nation to a little over, well, about 2.5% of the nation. You've declined dramatically. It's really amazing. That's the first part. But I do miss California a little bit. Now, I was on the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors in California. That was a part-time job, obviously. You remember who the governor was there? Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so I was on. So I do miss Schwarzenegger, but not the disgusting part that recently has come up. But the first time I had a meeting with Schwarzenegger, he asked me up to have, not really, I knew him before, but never had a meeting with him. He asked me to come up to his home to have breakfast lunch with him. And so I did, but I heard that he was a very aggressive, hard-hitting, tough guy. So my view was the best defense is a strong offense. Do you know what I mean? So I sat down with him, and he had two major advisors, and I said, you know, Arnold, when I heard you had Wilson and Buffett as your advisors, I was over the moon. I was so excited and so thrilled that you would have Wilson and Buffett until I found out it wasn't Owen and Jimmy. When I found out it was Pete and Warren, a little bit later in the conversation, he got me. He says, "Awesome. Why is it all you clear-thinking economists are so sure?" Where the hell does that come from? Come on. He says, no, it's too awesome. Milton Friedman, he got me more than 4 feet 6 inches tall, little bitty tiny man. And you know, you also, you remind me of Donnie DeVito. You know, I starred with him in Twins. So that's my story here. First thing I'm going to talk about today is why your state's just going right straight down and what you have to do to change it. It's a short one. I just finished my book called Eureka. The first half of that book is on state economics, and your state's a classic of how to ruin a state and ruin a city, and what you've got to do is change that world. It's just economics.